Hello everyone, this is Glenn Stevens, System Principal at the high school, here to talk with you and to provide you with a screencast-o-matic video about the new iCue Behavior Module. Starting in second trimester, we will be utilizing the new iCue Behavior Module to input any kind of student behavior as well as create reports to talk about the resolution of that behavior at all three schools. The behavior techs at each of the schools have been actually using the behavior module as a test to use the current system, and of course effective at the beginning of the second try, we will be turning that module on for all of our teachers to utilize. So this is what is hopefully a short but informative presentation on how to in fact utilize the behavior module that is actually located in your current iCue module. So what you see right now, of course, is the typical login. What I need you to know is that for this particular video, I'm going to be using a simulation module that will show you very specifically what it looks like for a teacher and what it'll look like for you when it's time for you to do it. I will also be able to provide you with the login and password for this test module so that after you've finished actually looking at this video, you'll be able to go in and actually give one a try and just see how it goes. Of course, all the names and everything are fictitious, but the pull-down menus and the buttons that you would have to click on are all going to be exactly as they will be when you use your actual system. So sit back and enjoy the explanation, and of course we are here, the behavior techs and the administrators, Mrs. Detzler and myself and Mr. Hartman at the Sunrise River. We'll be here if you have any questions as you are proceeding through this. So here we go. We're going to start, of course, with the login page. I'm going to click on the login. And of course, when you get to that, it will ask you to select your role, as it always does, even in your own iCue, and we're going to click on Teacher. And when, of course, we click on Teacher, we're going to see all of the typical tabs that we see, including at the very end a tab for Behavior. So we are going to click on that tab for Behavior, and you are going to see essentially this is what the Behavior module looks like. We're going to start at the top and work our way down, and just to show you that the home button, if you will, is this button right here, and you're going to see that iCue lights up, and when you click on it, you're going to see that it actually has all of the blue tabs that you would see on a normal iCue page down here. So when you're done using the Behavior tab, you can always go to any one of these, click into whatever it is you were doing or whatever it is you plan to look at after you finished with the Behavior module. So that's the home button. You'll see what will happen is that eventually you'll see your name and teacher, of course, because that's the role that you selected when you went in. So just below that, you're going to see two buttons. One is the button that you would click on to put in a referral if you had a student misbehaving or you had a situation that you needed to notify administration and the behavior techs for. And you also have something called Give Feedback, which, because this is a new module, it'll give you an opportunity to provide feedback or maybe get some questions answered through TIE support. But we're going to go to New Referral, and we're going to click on New Referral, and that's going to give us a new page. You'll notice that there's always going to be a way to navigate back to your referrals, back to the behavior main page, and in this case we're going to have New Referral. So this will be the place where you would enter the information. And of course, we're going to have today's date. It always asks you a time thing. You should know that we will have a specific pull-down menu for the school that you're at in terms of periods or specific times during the day that you would need to notify. We're going to just use after school for this designated one, and we're going to put in the time here. You always have the option of putting in whatever time you want, so I'm going to put that 1:47 p.m. You can always go up or down. That's what these buttons are for. But we'll put it in as 1:47 p.m. So under Demo Behavior, that would be the person who's referring. So I'm going to go ahead and go in and put in Glenn Stevens, and I'm going to get rid of Demo Behavior because that is not my name. It's going to have a number here, and then if you go to the pull-down menu, it's going to have students or staff. Of course, you know, you're a staff member, so you're going to add that. You can always manually add. You don't need to worry about case sensitivity. You can just put in the name and it'll automatically fix it for you. The next thing down is going to be the event type. Now you'll notice that when I click on that, it's going to give you a number of different events. You should know that our events have already been custom done. They're custom made specifically for North Branch area schools and specifically for your school, depending on what school you're at. But I'm going to go down to disruptive, disorderly, insubordination. That's the event that I'm reporting. And now we get to the point where we have to put in a participant. So I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to put in somebody that I know is actually on this list. It's Sue Coons, who is the ties behavior person. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a C-O, and it's going to, you can see, give me a pull down list. I can drag all the way down. You can also put in the name if you know the name, but just in case you don't. And so you can see I'm going to get to here, and you're going to see that when you do the pull down list, it's going to have a master list that is going to be not only the students but also the staff. In this case, they're going to say EMP for employee. So I'm going to pick Sue, and then you see her name comes up right over here. Staff, I'm going to put that there. Under the next thing you're going to have to do is determine what role they are. So in this case, I'm going to write up that Sue Coons had done something naughty, and I'm referring it. And then under here, you also have to put a location. So this occurred after school, and I'm just going to write that it happened in the hallway. Of course, you can see that there's a pull-down menu. Once again, our pull-down menu. Hang on one second here. Our pull-down menu is going to be custom for your school as well, and so it's going to look very similar to this. So now we've got the location, we've got the staff. You can you could delete it if you wanted to, but we've got the person, and you know the person's name because it's right over here. Okay. So now we're going to put in a description. So I'm going to write that Sue was very disrespectful and did not follow my directions. I did contact her parents. I can tell you as an assistant principal, it's always really valuable for me, and I know the behavior techs feel the same way. It's always really valuable for me to make sure that if you have made a parent contact in regards to the behavior, that you would let us know in your explanation or your description. So I put in a description, and now we get to the part at the bottom that's going to be new. It's going to be new for everybody, and it's called the function and antecedent buttons. Now, the next two drop-down items are for antecedent and function. These items are an important part of the referral form because they can assist in identifying patterns in student behavior and can help determine what interventions to implement, particularly when we're trying to gather data for any kind of a special ed referral. It's also really helpful if we're doing any kind of an RTI referral, or at least an RTI understanding if we're gathering data. Antecedents, which is this button right over here, antecedents occur within 3 to 5 seconds before the behavior, hence the word antecedents. There are 4 antecedent options to choose from, and there they are right there. Yours are going to look different than these ones do. These are the standard state ones. Yours are going to say alone, attention removed, demand or work prompt given, and preferred activity or item ending removed or denied. In other words, what were they doing right before it happened? You're going to refer to the drop-down choices for definitions of the antecedent type. So it's not only going to give you the antecedent, it's going to give you a brief explanation of what that antecedent is. You're going to go ahead and put that in. There are 4 functions of behavior. Again, there are more in this one here because this is the simulation, but in yours, the following 4. And this is basically a student behavior will occur because they want to gain attention, they want to gain activity or an item, they want to escape demand, or they want to escape activity or an item. The behavior may serve more than one function, but just do your best in determining what behavior is occurring. So as you think about what happened, and this you might be doing this later on, as you think about what happened just before the situation, and then a little bit about what's the motivation for the behavior, and you would go ahead and log those in. So I'm going to go ahead and put in that she is avoiding an activity, and for the antecedent just before the situation, I'm going to put that she was asked to begin work with peers, and that's when the trouble all started. So I've got those put in. I go over here to save referral. Okay, now it's going to go back to the referral here, and it's possible that I forgot to do something. It'll always bring it back to you, and then it'll give you a reminder. In this case, it's just asking you to verify the information again, and it's showing that, again, down on the bottom here, I've got Sue Kuhn, so we know that we're making sure that we have the right person that we're referring. I'm going to once again do save referral. Now the referral is saved, and now you're done at this point. We go back to all referrals, and it's going to take us back to a master list. You'll notice that up at the top, you'll see that our referral that we just did is gone in there. Now, it's also got the participants. And at this point in time, you can control this particular referral. It's your referral. And eventually, the behavior techs or the administrators will go in and create what's called an event. And that's the place where, after we've done an investigation or anything like that, we determine consequence, which we call a response. We talk about what we did. Did we contact parents? Did we provide detention or out-of-school suspension, depending on what the list is. You can edit the referral up until one of us creates an event. Once we create an event, you're going to see that the words right here that are in blue will be grayed out, which will be your cue to tell you that you actually can't do anything with that particular referral anymore. So you can edit it, you can change it up until the time that we create the event, and you're going to see that once that happens, you'll notice that these ones are in gray. There's nothing we can do with those, and so that'll happen there. From there, you really have put it into the hands of the behavior people. They create the event, they create the response type. They will hopefully be able to notify the correct people with what needs to be done. So that is a very simple and straightforward showing you how to create a referral and how to put a referral in. We are always here and available if you have any questions. You can certainly look at this over and over. I would encourage you to go into this once we give you the login and the password, to go into the iCue system and to use the demo to actually practice one and then see how it goes. It's always good to practice. That's all I have for now. We'll be back, probably in the future to talk with you about some more specific things that pertain to you and the behavior module that you're using. Otherwise, enjoy. Let us know if you need any help. Have a great day, and I will see you down the road. Skol Vikings.